This is my take on a vertical hydroponic system. This one here is lettuce in it. It's about 3 weeks old. I had a huge massive cucumber plants here, so the bottom didn't get very much light. And I built 3 of them. I was about to put the last one together, and I figured maybe some people would like to see how they were constructed. So this is just a 4-inch piece of PVC, about 5 feet long. There's the hose running through it. This is just to keep it from collapsing before the media is inside. It doesn't really collapse that bad at all. Comes out here on an elbow, some holes for drainage. I bought 3 of these Aquatop 475 gallon per hour pumps. They work pretty well. They have I believe 6-foot lift capacity, so they're adequate for these. To mount them in the buckets, I used another 4-inch PVC end cap. Drilled through, I labeled each one, and then I drilled 4 holes in each one so that I knew which bucket belonged to each one in case they were slightly different. And I put a washer and a nut and a bolt. Washers on both sides, a nut and a bolt, and then I silicone them. And this bucket sits inside of the other bucket to prevent leaks. This double bucket, just in case the silicone doesn't work. And then this gets slotted in the top. And there is some degree of variability of the angle once this is in, because I'll show you on this one. Make sure that doesn't fall. If you slide this top left and right, it'll tilt the tower right or left as well. If you slide this. This one's clamped down, so I can't show you, but I'm sure you get the idea. And this is the top of one. Probably can't see very well. Alright, and what else? These get filled. The bottom half of these get filled with hydrogen up to here. And then I load in half of a 3-foot vertical grow slab, one of these. I cut it in half like this, and then I usually need a little bit more of the other half to fill up the top. This gets folded, kind of, can't do it with one hand, but you kind of fold that and stuff it down inside, and that leaves a hole in the back for the water pipe, and it also creates a path of least resistance for the water, which the water will take instead of spilling out the front. And then I fill that with hydrogen as well to hold moisture, and the water can still go down easily. It's capped off with the cap on top, and I chose a pump for each one because I wanted everything to be internal so that nothing could leak. No extra valves or outside lines up top instead of having one pump connected at the bottom or one reservoir. However else it could be done. I wanted it all to be internal. And then I tape up the seams on the front to help prevent algae growth. And another idea I had was to attach some kind of support on one or both sides so that I could have climbing plants like peas or pole beans or whatever you'd like to climb up each one. So it seems efficient. An efficient use of space for that. Down inside, this is how I can empty and fill them. Just put a power head. I got a power head on a 10-foot piece of pipe, and it'll actually reach to my sink. So I fill it from a reservoir that I've let stand for 24 hours and put nutrients in, but I can empty it right into a sink. It's like most systems, the construction is usually less important than how you run it. So right now, I'm actually running on the same timer as my ebb and flow here, which goes off every 3 hours for just 2 minutes. And that's what I'm getting. It doesn't seem very good. I might switch it to run all the time, or maybe a lot more often than that. But it's going to take some experimentation for that. so I can't exactly put it together with one hand, but this pump goes in the bottom of this bucket. This pump has a flow rate adjuster that comes with it, as well as this, which you could probably extend and use to feed in another place, but I just hook it to the side of the bucket to create more water, just more air bubbles and just more flow in the water, because it's kind of slow the way it likes to seep out of these holes into the hydrogen. So this goes in there, this goes in here, this bucket goes inside of this bucket, and then you feed this over the top and down, and then you can put a level on it, or however maybe the surface you're putting on it is a level, so you can adjust it by having the top on it, and it kind of pulls it left and right depending on how you have it, a little bit front and back as well. And yeah, that's it. Pretty simple. So I hope someone can find that useful. And if you build one of these, leave me a message. I'd like to see it. Or if you think of any improvements, or if you think anything is just crap and needs to be replaced or fixed, I'll probably put an update after I actually get these going pretty well. And if you want to see an overview of the rest of my system when I got here, let me know. I'll put that video up. Alright, thanks for watching.